So David has found a place that he has come to, and let's go to Psalm 34, because I've been talking about it all this time, and I want you to actually see it, and we're going to read it in just a moment. But David has come to the place at the beginning of Psalm 34, right there in that little superscription where it says, a Psalm of David, when he pretended madness before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed. And if you're a Bible marker, that's 1 Samuel 21, 10 through 13. That's what I write right next to Psalm 34. So you never forget that tie. Never forget that God inspired an introduction to the 34th Psalm. And that introduction is 1 Samuel 21, 10 through 13. And the 34th Psalm cannot be understood without the backdrop of what prompted those intense words of loneliness and feeling overwhelmed. And of course, that's what we just saw with this situation. But what's amazing about all this, no matter how squashed and pressed and discouraged David felt, he had found a place, even when he's imprisoned, even when he's acting crazy and scratching and spitting, he'd found a place he could flee to. And that's the place we're studying in this series. He said, "The Lord is my refuge." In the New Testament, in the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 18, that refuge is clarified that it is the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, Christ means the one who fulfills all of God's promises. The Lord Jesus Christ was the one that is the refuge. That's what it says in Hebrews 6:18. And so, in a real New Testament sense, looking back, David had found the same shelter you and I find. That we can flee to Christ when we're unclean, when we're weary, and in this section of David's life, when we're alone, when we're lonely. So David found a place he could always reach for safety and security in any situation. The Lord was his refuge. The Lord is our refuge. The Lord was his source of strength. Christ is our refuge. He's the safest spot in the universe. He's the place we go when life gets tough. Well, David suffered this intense loneliness when he moved to a new location under duress. And I want to, beginning in Psalm 34, walk with you through the lessons that he learns, because this 34th Psalm is a beautiful picture of David after he escapes the clutches of these Philistines, and after he cleans himself off, and wipes that mess off of himself. He looks back at that and he says, I pretended madness and I did all that. And I got away. But let me write down to you what really happened. Isn't that neat? Don't you wish someone could do that for us? I mean, sometimes we go through this situation, we do all kinds of things, and the Lord springs us from the situation that could have been a real disaster. I hope that you have enough and I have enough spiritual maturity to do what David did, is we're wiping off and cleaning off and saying, look what God did in spite of me, because of his grace and for his glory. That's what is the backdrop for Psalm 34. Let's stand together and read the 34th Psalm together. All 22 of these verses. And as we read them, I hope that as I read these and you follow along, that you truly invite the Lord to make this real in your life. Okay? We read the 11th Psalm together. We read the 52nd. We read the 56th. Some of these Psalms are new to some of us, and I hope that each of them will be fresh and new. Psalm 34, you follow along. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, he heard me. He delivered me from all my fears. On my hands and knees by the gate of the king of the Philistines, throne room, as I'm carrying on like I was. See, he gives us the insight. I sought the Lord, he heard me. He delivered me from all my fears, even though I was paralyzed by him, even though I was overwhelmed by him, even though I stopped too quickly and they just came into my boat. Wow. They looked to him, verse 5, and were radiant. Their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all of his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. O fear the Lord, you his saints. There is no want to those who fear him. The young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Who is the man who desires life and loves many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous. His ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry out, the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart, and saves such as have a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He guards all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned. What a psalm.